Hi, my name is Danison. I'm a co-founder of Sixwell. In this video, I'm going to discuss about a business opportunity where most of the people are interested to start their own business, but only few of them are managed to do so. Let's see a business model. This business model is called as an e-commerce global, which can be handled and managed by anyone. So what is e-commerce? A business which has a flexibility to start globally just using your mobile phone. So why an e-commerce at this point in time? Most of the business today runs in a mobile phone, and that's a future mode of business. It's not by me, it's as per the statistics. So most of the business are moving from a different platform to the mobile platform. That's why we want to start a business in e-commerce. Let's say a quick example on how business works on an e-commerce model. Let's assume let's assume Raja is a customer who recently purchased OnePlus mobile phone through an online retailer like Amazon.com or Flipkart.com. Here, the seller sells the products to the customer via internet through an intermediary option, either through an Amazon.com or through a Flipkart.com. Let's consider a business scenario. Let's assume seller launches a new mobile phone and they does a promo campaign through an online e-retailer. After this promo campaign, none of the mobile phone was sold. So this model or the campaign was a utter flop. So who makes the loss here? Is it the seller or the intermediary or the customer? Definitely the seller who makes a loss because the product which he had manufactured haven't sold. There are no profit or there is no loss for the intermediary as well as the customer. A similar scenario, let's see a mobile phone which was launched has a super duper hit. In this scenario, the seller makes a profit, or also the intermediary also made the profit. So what is the difference? Earlier, the seller haven't given any product to the intermediary. It's just the campaign was done by an intermediary. Here, same scenario, but the intermediary through intermediary, there was a sale happened because of which there was a huge profit. So both the seller and the intermediary made the profit. Given an option, which business type will you choose? Do you want to be a seller or intermediary? Great, if you choose an intermediary, you have chosen right.
What do you need to become an intermediary?
You need an infrastructure, you need a network, and you need a customer base. So, what does it mean by network? The office space, an employee, the IT backend, the network supply chain market, the logistics, the payment gateway, the banking system, and the consumers who are going to purchase or who are going to log into your online website, then make a sale. So how do we do this? How do we bring in the infrastructure, network, and the consumers? Okay. In this e-commerce model, the network and the infrastructure are taken care by the supplier partner. So only job for us is to drive the consumer traffic, which means the customer base. So the question remains, how do I bring the consumer traffic? So I've already said infrastructure is taken care, network is taken care. Let's see how are we going to bring the consumers. So you need to understand everyone on your mobile phone is your customer. Before we understand the consumer traffic, first we need to understand what you mean by retail estate. Most of us heard about a real estate, but we need to understand what you mean by a retail estate. Let's assume your family and your friends purchase or spends an amount of 10,000 rupees on a month on the provisions, the FMCG products, on the basic products which you cannot avoid. What happens if 100 families spends the same amount and this total expenditure goes skyrocket? For average Indian has minimum 500 contacts. If each of them spends 1000 to 2000 rupees in a month on these products, the entire amount to the market or to the retailer is very huge. That's why every contact is a consumer spending value, the money on the product and services. So this is called as a retail estate. So what if similar money spent on your own website, and that from that huge money spent, how come, what if you make a profit out of that? Let's see. So as I said, the supply partner is taking care the infrastructure and the networks. Who is the supply partner? The partner has a global presence of 104 plus countries and territories. The company started in 1959 at US. These are the number of years and achievements. In India, they started in 1998. They are into health and beauty segment. Close to 160 products are there. All the product comes with 100% satisfaction money back guarantee. Their new manufacturing plant, apart from US and China, it's currently located in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. The supplier name is called Amway, Amway Global. Okay, let's see how are we going to make money through Amway. You would have seen this image earlier. So there is a seller, there is an intermediary, there is a customer. So as I said, seller becomes an Amway, intermediary becomes you, and consumer becomes a customer base. So how does it happen? So the seller becomes an Amway, intermediary becomes you, and the customer becomes your consumer base. When a consumer places an order through Amway, and Amway ships the product to the consumer, it's not you go directly sell products or try to market any product. Please be very clear. It is the consumer places the product on Amway and the Amway sells the product to the consumers. So based on the volume, the Amway pays you the amount. So this is the entire model how Amway works. If you are someone who's interested to know more about e-commerce business model, please get in touch with the person who shared this video.